welcome to another Waypoint FPL update. So yeah, it was quite a good week in the FPL last week. We'll see, it was quite a high score. Oh, sorry, Chris is back as well, of course.
Hi.
Yeah, hi Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, you ready for tomorrow?
Oh, I'm ready. I am ready as ready can be, to be honest.
Yeah, he's going to return to the dungeon to scheme up a game plan after we're done here.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm there in the dugout tomorrow, feeling good, feeling fine.
Talking about feeling fine, well, Brad, I was going to say is feeling fine, but that's not necessarily an entirely true statement. But in terms of Fantasy Premier League, he's feeling fine because he's reclaimed the top spot overall with an impressive 80 points in the week. Bizarrely, though, that wasn't one of the top three scores, as we'll see in a bit. But clearly, while he was, obviously it's hard to hear about Brad's cat, but Brad's cat is doing a bit better now. But clearly, while he was in the vets room waiting around, he had some time on his hands and got his fantasy team back together because it paid off for him getting those 80 points and putting him back at the top there. We'll take a look at his team, and you will see it's just a very strong lineup all around, Chris. Lots of high single digits and some low double digits there as well. So just a solid day, or not?
Absolutely. So, and again, reliant on that Man City team. I mean, it must be sad for all United fan to be so reliant. But he's obviously got part-time jobs supporting Brighton as well because Lamptey, Stupinian, and Matoma are all in there.
Yeah.
Anana there in goal as well. Bold play there, I would say, Nath. Bold play, but it's paid off there.
Yep.
And nothing really on the bench as far as I can see. So
not much points on the bench either.
No, so again, perfect week for Brad. Nice, solid score, puts him to the top. And yeah, he's still a splitter by playing and captaining Haaland.
And the league should watch out because unfortunately Brad is a bit under the weather now as well, so he'll have even more time to focus on FPL while he's in bed recovering. So
word on the street, Nath. Word on the street is that he's out of bed.
Oh, good. Glad to
he's out of bed. He might even be there tomorrow.
Oh, great stuff. Hey,
wow, that's a turnaround. You heard it here first, everybody.
Yeah, check the injury report. After that, so obviously we had a tied lead last week with Flip. Where has Flip gone? Oh my goodness, he's down in 7th. He had 61 points, which in an ordinary week isn't bad. That was actually it was one of the lowest scores in the week, and like you say, it's been fairly tight at the top. So he'll fall all the way to 7th now. Take a look at his team again. Nothing especially bad, but he was bitten by Ramsdale, who didn't play last week, which fair play, he got a bit hoodwinked, but didn't change it.
I mean, you say nothing bad there, Nathan.
I guess so, yeah.
There's three players that have combined for a massive -1 points.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'd say it's going in the wrong direction, wouldn't you?
I'd agree. Yeah. So come on, what's gone into?
Mate,
he got a taste of the lead, and
we were singing those praises last week. So where's the team's kit as well? Every week, invisible kit. Nobody likes that. No,
you've got to change that. Yep. That's it for Flip. Meanwhile, I researched back to the second place. Obviously, I started off the league pretty hot. 71 points. So again, not one of the best scores on the week, but enough to bring me into second. Although 13 points off of Brad. So Brad does have a little bit of breathing room there at the top. And again, you can see my lineup could have been even better if not for Rodrigo obviously getting sent off, dropping a -2 on me. And I had Gay on the bench as well, unfortunately. So that cost me a bit as well. But other than that, fairly solid week. Elsewhere, we have a new entrant into the top 5. I think we're a returning entrant, Zach. He's now in 3rd. He had 81, so he had a decent score on the week as well, 374. We'll take a quick look at his team there. Trippier and Matoma, some nice plays by him, obviously en route to that high score.
And Zach, you're a Villa fan as well. So we find out something every week on this little podcast. A Villa fan. Well, I tell you what, that's really good. But if you're a Villa fan, just put one Villa player. They've done a good season in your team.
Yeah.
Like, there's not even one there.
No.
I'm disappointed to see that.
At least he's got a couple of Claret and Blues. He's thinking maybe 2 Claret and Blues equal 1 Aston Villa.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Nathan. That seems like poor logic to me.
He also doesn't have a kit.
He doesn't have a kit as well. Now you're in the top 3, you've got to have a kit because you're going to be on here more.
Yeah, exactly. Elsewhere, Ollie and Alex return back into the top 5 as well. Alex had a pretty good week there. Let's check Alex's team. 84 points because I think that was the second weekly high. Yes, it was, according to my notes. Doubling up on the Newcastle players and the back line there on that 8. Obviously, absolute drubbing. 8-0 win. Oh, Sheffield United.
Certainly by the end. Yeah.
Yeah, so good week by Alex there. What else have we got? Mike now falls out of the top 5. Again, you can see with the 69, not the best of weeks there, but yeah, it's really, really close because you can see all the way down to 7th. There's only 6 points, separating all of the teams there, and then there's a bit of a drop off, but not too far. We'll turn to the bottom now though, because the week's highest score actually came from bottom of the table, Tim.
He's come out of nowhere. Look at this.
87 points. We'll come back to the bottom of the leaderboard, but let's look at the team first, because again, famously, Tim is doing a Haaland boycott, as we know. Didn't need him. Captain Salah, who got 20. He had Trippier as well. Walker had a nice day. Just some really good scores. Madison, and it could have been even better. He had such a regular on the bench. And Ollie Watkins. He could have had 100. He could have dropped 100.
Could have been huge.
Yeah.
Could have been huge. And what I will say is that Tim has stuck to his principles. He's not a splitter like you, Brad. Is that he captains his favourite player, who actually plays for a team that he supports. So get behind Tim. Be more Tim.
Be more Tim. There you go. Yeah. He doesn't have a kit though, so be less
Tim on that.
Be less Tim.
Shocker.
And Aiden, to be fair, because if you recall last week, they were the two distant second place teams, or semi-distant second place teams. Aiden's jumped up to third bottom now with the 78 points in the week, so he had a fairly solid week there as well, maximising the team as well. I believe no points left on the bench effectively. But obviously Ben did create some wiggle room last week, as we saw, but yeah, he's been dragged back into the mire of the bottom 3 now with 56, which was again one of the lowest points totals on the week. We'll just bring up the team here as well, and again, nothing particularly bad, just a few obviously lower scoring players and then some points there on the bench.
There's
as well.
a wild Carlos Vinicius on the bench. Look at that.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Indeed. And then the last thing I noted down, bets. Bets. You've had a steep fall from grace, because I think you've been at least solid mid-table for most of the season, but you did have the week low of 45, only team to drop below 50 or below last week, and you're also hurtling towards the bottom of the table now, as they're only 6 points behind you, so 6 and 8 points behind you. And if we look at the team, some reds, a few zeros as well, a grand total of, 6 players combining for about 3 points or something like that, so it's not ideal. Again, some points on the bench.
That is the flairiest midfield I've ever seen in my life, though. It doesn't surprise me with bets, I have to say. So that matches the personality of the man. But like that, Salah, Odegaard, Eze, and Fernandes. Everyone's going forward there. There's not one defender in that.
Yeah.
Who's holding?
Yeah. Absolutely, and even looking at the back line, it's kind of much the same, isn't it? So,
you got a point there, Nathan.
So that is it for the Waypoint FPL update this week. So I believe they're hyping it up a lot that it's a double game week. Let's calm down with that, because I believe that let's see the fixtures here. I believe one of the double game week teams is Luton and the other one is Burnley.
Who cares?
Exactly, it's not a double game week. Get out of here with that. We've obviously got a big game tomorrow, playing Christ Central at home.
Absolutely huge.
I hope you all have a good Friday evening, and this entertains you a bit, getting ready for that. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you there, and best of luck this weekend.
Remember, 9:20. Be there.
Yeah.
Well, just be there.
Be there. You heard it from the gaffer. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.